Good morning, friends. It's Julie Norman. And if it looks like the same setup that I had in another video or two, it's because it is. I'm just going to, because sometimes I do my hair and makeup and sometimes I don't. Today, we are going to talk about our daily routines and an ideal day. Because my energy level increasing and my body is able to do a little bit more, I'm finding that the routines that I had before are not working anymore. I can do more, but I still have to be careful because I'm living life with chronic illness, and that is what my channel is focusing on about. If you're new here, my name is Julie Norman, and I put out videos on Tuesdays and Fridays. It's living life with chronic illnesses. I do some planning. I do a little bit of lifestyle stuff. So I hope that you'll stay and spend some time with me. So I have right here the Silk and Sonder. This is the annual supplement, and I do have a video that I did of the flip. We've done a little bit of work in this before, but you don't have to have this planner in order to come along with me today. But if you do want it, I do have a discount code in the comments, and it does help me a little bit too. It's an affiliate link if you're interested. But like I said, you don't have to have one to work this out with me. So we're going to be focusing on two sections here. And the first one is called the routines right here, and that is on page 29, and the second one will be on page 43, and that's visualization here. And let's go to my desk and we'll work on them. All right, here we are at the desk, and I have my Silk and Cylinder annual supplement with me, and just some scratch paper and a pen and pencil. That's all you need. If you don't have this book, it's like I said, it's okay. We'll just use your pen and paper. Oops, sorry, got dog hair. Dog hair is everywhere. He's never been on this table, but you know how things go. The two things that I said we were going to focus on was our routines and the ideal day, a vital part of our planning. So if we're going to think about how we're going to get things done and plan our day, we have to plug it into when are we going to do it. So there are some things then that come natural to us in the morning. You get up, you probably go to the bathroom, you do wash your face, brush your teeth. Those things we don't have to schedule in. Maybe you automatically make the bed when you get up too, or straighten your covers. Those kinds of things. You can choose to put this in here, or you can just not. The description that they want here says, establishing morning and evening routines leads to more productive and successful days. Create your checklists that help you set the tone for the day in the morning, and those that help you wind down in the evening. So I would say if you're automatically doing something already, I don't think you need to add it to a to-do list, because you're just going to do it. But if there are things that you're trying to accomplish, then this is something that you want to write down. But, of course, you can write down every single thing that you do every morning, and if you feel like that helps you, that's fine. For me, I would get overwhelmed. And again, if you're new to my channel, I do the planning with dealing with several chronic illnesses. So I need to have a lot of flexibility and alternatives as well in my routines and my days. I'm just going to use my pencil for now because these can change. And oops, and look at it, it erases. So, and another thing is this can change. Maybe next month my routines are going to be different. So the things that I want to start doing more in the morning. Something that's new to me is doing eye drops in the morning, and I do that while I'm in bed still. That is one thing I want to make sure to do. And then I get up and I do my stuff, put on my face cream, do my bathroom stuff, my toothbrush. I'm not going to put that on here. I start to get breakfast going. And then I come to my desk and I take my vitamins, and then I have my time with God, kind of my breakfast with God. And that is all my self-care, kind of get me going in the morning. I'm finding that what I used to do is I would sit there and watch a YouTube video or read something because I didn't have any energy to get going. It would take me a while in the morning to get going. But now I have a little bit more energy, so I feel like I can go and do something right away. So I'm just going to draw a line there. So what I want to do after that is my routine, which will be 20 minutes of cleaning. And I think that's enough for every day. And if something really needs attention more than that, then that's fine. And I'm going to do one load of laundry, some dish time, It could consist of unloading the dishwasher or loading the dishwasher or even hand washing, because in the evenings I'm usually tired and I leave things to go for the next day. So I'm not one of those people who have a completely clean kitchen when they go to bed. That's just not me. And I just have to accept that about myself. I know that it seems virtuous to have a clean kitchen when you go to bed, but sometimes it's just not realistic. Just saying. Let me know what you do. And then I'm going to have top 3 things to accomplish, and this doesn't have to be just in the morning. I also need to make time for projects. Projects right now this week is to finish my taxes. I know I said I was going to try to get my taxes done early. I've been dragging my feet. I've been distracting myself with my booth and painting stuff, and just hasn't happened, but I'm going to get it done before the deadline, okay? So whatever projects I have going on right there. Okay, so that's my morning, and it pretty much flows into the afternoon. I could have a whole nother set of stuff, but this is just kind of my morning. I get up and do these things automatically. I have my home care, and I set up these things that I need to do. So then in the evening, before bed routine basically, it's around 8:30. We usually try to go to bed around 9. I don't stay in bed. I'm a night owl, but my husband has to get up. He likes to get up early and get his work started. So around 8:30 is when I will start doing my insulin, because I'm a type 1 diabetic, insulin and meds. And then I will do my any planner or journaling work. I will start to go and do my self-care. There's not much more that I have there that I do at night. The only other thing sometimes is upload a video. And I do that after we go to bed because my husband works from home and he uses the internet a lot to connect to his work. So I don't want to be uploading when he needs that connection. Oh, another thing that I forgot, pet care. This includes making sure that my coop, my guineas and chickens have their food and water, and that they're all in the coop, or hopefully I know I've counted and I have a good idea where they are. And then the dog, of course, as well. And that kind of comes naturally, so I hesitated to be on there, but I wanted to add to that just to get an idea. And it helps to put time frames on this, because I could be sitting in my chair in front of the TV, maybe I don't know what I'm doing, and then all of a sudden it's 8:45, I'm like, uh-oh, I'm late. So if you need to put a timer on your phone or your watch or something, then go ahead and do that. Or you could set a timer on your microwave, whatever works for you, if it's not a natural thing for you. And I am one that I lose track of time a lot. I can go into my office or into my crafts or whatever, or journaling, and all of a sudden I've lost track of time. I think there's like a disorder name for that. I don't know if it's a disorder, but it's joy when you get lost in your work and your fun. But then all of a sudden I'm like, uh-oh, it's what time is it? I better get going. So I tend to lose track of time. That's why I have things like, just 20 minutes of cleaning, just a limited amount of stuff. For me, that helps me to say, okay, this morning I only have to do 20 minutes worth of this. Or at 8:30 I do this. So just keep it simple is my recommendation. If you're having trouble with it becoming a reality, where you find that if you start this at 8:30, you really should have started at 8:40 or 8 o'clock or something. Go ahead and tweak it. That's why I'm using a pencil. Okay, so this is what I'm going to have for my morning and evening routines. All right, so just kind of think through those and what's going to work for you and what do you need to do. This eye drops thing is new. I have Sjogren's, and Sjogren's is spelled like this. It is, I think it's a Swedish name, so they pronounce it differently. But it makes my body be dry, like my eyes and my mouth and everything that could be dry gets dry. This is just to have eye drops in the morning, even if you don't feel dry, because once you're dry, it's already kind of too late. So to set yourself up for success is such as having eye drops, is that I will put a bottle of eye drops and tissues on my bedside table, so that when I reach for my phone, my hand will be near it, or might touch it or bump it, so I know, oh yeah, eye drops. And you can also set an alarm for that too if you need to. Depends. So let's talk about our ideal day. This is page 43, and this is a visualization exercise. I'm going to describe your perfect day. Be specific. What does your ideal day look like? Where are you waking up? What time? What's the first thing you do when you wake up? How do you feel through the day? What are you working on? Do you have a set schedule or a spontaneous one? What do you wear? Where do you go? How do you get there? What do you hear? Who are you with? Smell. What do you smell? Write it out in the present tense. Okay, that might seem like, oh my gosh, that's a lot to think about. But basically they're saying, think through what is an ideal day is going to look like. Kind of like if you wake up in a movie and someone, or a day in the life YouTube video, what are people going to see when they follow you around? And also, things that you can't see on video or can't sense on video are your 5 senses. That's why they put those in there. Okay, what does it look like when the camera comes on me and I'm waking up in my bed? And this doesn't have to be your actual life. It can be what you really want your life to look like. This is how I wake up, and this is what I'm going to do. What time is it? And then you get out of your bed, and what does your house look like as you're walking through your house? And then where do you go from there? What's for breakfast? What are you doing? Are you getting ready for work? Are you getting your kids ready to go? Are you feeding your dog? Are you feeding your husband? Or are you by yourself and you have a cat? I'm not saying that people by themselves have cats, but I'm just saying I'm not discriminating against cats. This might take some dreaming. The first time I did this exercise, I just had this vivid image of what my ideal day was like, and I had to catch up to write as fast as my thoughts were coming. But for some of you, this is kind of hard. So just kind of think of, if someone's going to come in and film me, or I'm going to make a video of my ideal day. It's not my right now, but this is what I want it to look like, how I see it. Then think through it. This complements the routines that we're talking about, because the way you get to your ideal day is through your routines and your daily things, and vice versa. The routines are also included, would be in these perfect day things. And if you don't like the word perfect, just think about it as an ideal day. So I'd encourage you to kind of sit with that and dream about it. Alright, I don't know where it cut me off again, but I'm getting so frustrated with my Nikon camera cutting me off. Yeah, it does mean that I'm talking too much, but I do a lot of cutting and editing. I don't know where I left off, but what I was saying was that a visualization exercise doesn't always mean you have to write everything out. You can go ahead and use pictures. Print out pictures from online, get some magazines of pictures, draw your own, maybe use stickers, and make this whole a visual exercise so you can see your whole day here. You don't have to write it out with pen or pencil, but pen and pencil, the benefit would be that you solidify the ideas in your mind as your implement contacts the paper. There's something about writing that helps to seal it more in your mind. So you could do both, or you could do either or if you have another idea to make the visualization exercise, go ahead and do that. Make a slideshow on your computer or your phone. That would be fine too. Just sit and think about this. If something didn't come to your mind right away, that's okay. Just kind of sit and dream with it, and take out your scratch paper and kind of make little notes about what you're thinking, and it'll eventually come around. Now, why do you do something like this? Is that it helps you to have more of a purpose. You're being proactive instead of reactive, because you can wake up and you're already late and you're already behind, and you hit the ground running doing all these things that aren't on your list and aren't meaningful. They're not bringing you closer to your goals, your focuses, your dreams. Then you come to the end of the day and you just ran all day and didn't accomplish anything that was close to your heart or close to your purpose in life. So that is why visualizing what it can be helps you to set up and say, okay, so if I really want to wake up in a clean, uncluttered room, I'm going to have to unclutter my bedroom. If I'm going to have healthy, tasty meals, I'm going to have to find some new recipes and make sure I've got the ingredients. So it just helps you to be proactive in saying, okay, this is what I really want. This is what my soul wants. How do I help to make that happen? So that is the importance of this exercise. Okay, so another thing I'm going to touch on, going back to this. Okay, now for those of us who have limited energy and chronic illnesses or whatever going on, or that you need flexibility, maybe you have other people around you that make it hard to plan hard times during the day. You can't say at 7 o'clock I'm going to be doing this, at 10 o'clock I have to do that, at 1 o'clock I have to do that. You can't, if that's not for you, then you're in good company here. So the thing is about having the chronic illnesses or whatever you've got going on is that, yeah, this sounds like a great morning. I could get a lot done. I'm going to be honest, you guys. It's 2 o'clock right now, and here's my list of things I wanted to get done today. I have done this one. Oops. I have done this one, and I'm kind of working on this one, and that is all I have done so far today. Why? Because it takes me longer to do everything. And I used to have energy to, like, I would have this all knocked off by noon before all of these issues. But now it took me like a good hour to get all the garbage gathered and to drive it in. It was another half hour. I don't know, guys. So I have to make it only 3. And if I don't get the laundry done, you know, that's fine. Dishes, you just wash what you need. Dinner, though, I have to get that going. So you kind of, as the day goes on, you just have to figure out what is most important to the day. There might be things that you really think, I really need to get laundry done because isn't it a good isn't that what you're supposed to do? But it's okay to just, I have a pile of laundry that needs to be folded. It's been that way for 2 days, maybe 3, because it's Monday now. But, you know, it's okay. I've just been picking through for what I need. Making dinner to me is more important than getting that laundry folded. Sometimes you have to choose when you have the limited amount of energy. Just the way it goes. So we're going to talk about something called the minimum baseline. Okay, I have messy writing. It's a wonder that anyone else can read it because sometimes I can't. So the minimum baseline is what in a day, if you are not feeling well, if you have too many things thrown at you, like you wake up and your kids said, oh, I was supposed to bring treats today, or I was supposed to have a game tonight, you know, and your dog is sick or your cat, and your whole day changes. What in your world is the absolute minimum that you need to do to feel like you have done things for the day? So I've thought about this, and the things that I think the minimum baseline that I need to do, because there are days when I have flare-ups, is I have to at least load the dishwasher, because I can do that when I am not feeling well, and then wipe the bathroom sink, because that just gets icky every day, you know, and that is easy to do when I'm in there, and I like to keep a container of wipes, because then it's just easy to pop one. I don't have to find a rag and a cleaning solution. Sometimes when my hands are flaring up, I can't pull that trigger well anyways. So that's why, you know, I know Clorox wipes or whatever work really well. And the third one is, you know, dinner. And dinner might be really simple, but those 3 things, if I have these 3 things done for the day, then that is okay. That for me is my minimum baseline. So think about what you would need to do in a day to feel okay with things. What are the 3 things that you would like to do, or that you think you could do? If you're dealing with chronic illness and stuff, you know what your triggers are, or not. You know what your symptoms are that prop up more easily, and maybe you only have one thing. That's okay too. This is your little grace here. So you really want your day to look like this, but circumstances sometimes say this is what my day is going to be, and that's okay. And you have to, so you're planning ahead for the days that are not going to be ideal, that you're going to be running on low, and maybe, or busy, too busy to be able to think straight. If you keep this here and say, okay, if I just take 5 minutes and load the dishwasher and run it, wipe out the bathroom sink. Maybe you do it while you're brushing your teeth. And then dinner. Maybe you just throw a pizza in the oven. It's done. Okay? So if you feel like those are the things that will make your household be bare maintenance, then that is okay. It's not going to keep your house clean in the long run, but it's going to feel like at least you could function. And I'm going to tell you that it is hard to say these are the only things I can accomplish in a day. I have felt this come to tears with feeling worthless because all I could do was not even all of these three, these sometimes. And I'm not saying this for sympathy, I'm just saying it for, it's the truth of life with chronic issues or too busy that you can't think straight. That sometimes we can't even do all of these things. I think it's also being proactive and saying, hey, you're going to have hard days. So how are you going to be okay with that? How are you going to be okay with the limited amount of stuff that you can do? And maybe what you need to do is just to write yourself a note that, I know this is a hard day for you. You know, just give yourself a love note to say, I know it's a hard day for you, and that you're frustrated with not getting things done, but you still did your best, and you are still a good person, or whatever you want to say. So make yourself a love note that you can read when you're having those days, and don't make it like a book, just like a little couple of sentences. I'm going to take my own advice and do that as well, because it is difficult living with limitations. So I hope this was helpful, thinking through your routines, your minimum baseline. We're looking at, your ideal day, and just being able to think ahead about how you want your life to run, with the thought that things can change. Your goal and mission in life may change. That's okay. That's why, we have pencils. I would love to hear if you have a minimum baseline, if you have some things that you thought of during this time with me to work through this. Thank you so much for watching with me. I so appreciate you all, and I hope that you all have a joyful day. Goodbye.